Hi, good day everyone. My name is Jewel Rivera and I'm going to explain tourism. Tourism involves traveling to and exploring places outside your usual environment for leisure, recreation, or business. For me, tourism is about experiencing new culture and trying exotic foods.
These are the two types of tourism impact, direct and indirect. Direct impact. These are the immediate and tangible effect of tourism activities. Examples are increased revenue for local businesses, like hotel and restaurants due to tourist spending. Job creation in the tourism sector. Indirect impact. This is secondary effect that stem from the direct impact of tourism. For instance, increased demand for local goods and services to support tourism businesses, leading to growth in other sectors like agriculture and transportation.
Hello everyone, my name is MJ Buhoy and let's talk about determinants of tourism impacts. First on the list is number of tourists. More visitors mean bigger effects, good or bad. Next is length of stay. Longer visits bring more spending but more strain. Next is spending patterns. Where and how money is spent decides who benefits. Next is type of tourism. Eco, luxury, or mass tourism have different impacts. Next is seasonality. Peak or off-season affects jobs and income flow. Next is infrastructure and capacity. Determines if the destination can handle demand. Next is community involvement. Locals gain more when included in decisions. Next is policies and regulation. Shape economic, social, and environmental outcomes. Next is environmental sensitivity. Fragile areas face higher risk. Last is tourist behavior. Responsible action reduces harm.
These are the impacts of tourism, economic aspects for positive impacts in structure environments, job creation, foreign exchange earnings, and boost local industry, while the negative impacts are economic leakage, seasonal jobs, and unequal benefits to all people.
My name is Shaian H. Bartolome and these are the impacts of tourism in socio-cultural aspect. For positive impacts, tourism promotes cultural exchange and helps preserve traditions. Number 2, traditional arts and crafts have been revived in places like Baguio, where silver craft and wood carving thrive partly due to tourist interest. Number 3, restoration of heritage sites such as the 16th century Baclayan Church in Bohol is supported by tourism revenue. For negative impacts, number 1, commercialization and alteration of cultural practices to meet tourist expectations have led to loss of authenticity and cultural erosion. Number 2, prices for land and homes can go up, making it hard for local people to live there. Number 3, some local may feel sad or upset when their culture is only seen as a show for visitors. Lastly, tourism impacts in environmental aspect. For positive impact, number 1, tourism raises awareness and funds for protecting natural areas like coral reefs and forests. Number 2, some places adopt eco-friendly practices such as reducing plastic use and promoting responsible visiting. Number 3, government efforts have rehabilitated damaged sites like Boracay, improving water quality and restoring coral reefs. Number 4, sustainable tourism helps preserve biodiversity and encourages conservation of wildlife and habitats. For the negative impacts, number 1, tourism causes overuse of natural resources like water and energy, leading to shortages and habitat loss. Number 2, construction of hotels and resorts damages forests and coastal areas, threatening species unique to the Philippines. And last but not least, tourism contributes to climate change through greenhouse gas emissions from travel and transport.
Hi, I'm Kian Marie Laksina, and I'll be sharing what sustainable tourism is and why it's important. So, sustainable tourism is a practice of traveling and operating tourism activities in a way that conserves the environment, respects local cultures, and supports the well-being of host communities. And according to UNWTO, or United Nations World Tourism Organization, it aims to meet the needs of present tourists and host regions while protecting and enhancing opportunities for the future. So its importance lies in the balancing tourism growth with environmental protection and cultural preservation, ensuring long-term benefits for both communities and travelers.
Hi everyone, I'm Rosen Paringit and now we'll continue our discussion on the history of sustainable tourism. 1934 establishment of the International Union of Official Tourist Propaganda Organization or IUOTPO was founded in The Hague, Netherlands. It was one of the first formal international organization dedicated to promoting tourists across borders. The IUOTPO brought together official national tourism bodies from various countries with the goal of coordinating tourism promotion, sharing information, and encouraging travel between nations, which later was replaced by IOTO, marking early international tourist organization beginnings. 1962 publication of Silent Spring by Rachel Carson, American biologist and writer Rachel Carson published Silent Spring, a groundbreaking book that exposed the harmful environmental effects of pesticides, especially DDT. Carson's research revealed how these chemicals were contaminating soil, water, and wildlife, disrupting ecosystem and posing serious health risks to humans.
In 1968, the Club of Rome was founded in Italy by a group of scientists, economists, and business leaders. Their goal was to study global environmental and developmental issues that affect the future of humanity. The group became famous for its 1972 report, Limits to Growth, which warned about the risk of overpopulation, resource depletion, and environmental damage. The Club of Rome emphasized that the world's problems are interconnected and require cooperation between nations. Its work helped raise global awareness about sustainability and the need for long-term solutions to protect both people and the planet. In 1970, the world celebrated the first Earth Day on April 20. It was started in the United States by Senator Gaylord Nelson to raise awareness about environmental problems, such as air and water pollution. On that day, millions of people joined rallies, cleanups, and educational events to show support for protecting nature. The event united students, communities, and organizations in taking action for the planet. Earth Day marked the beginning of the modern environmental movement and inspired many countries to create laws for cleaner air, water, and land. Today, Earth Day is celebrated worldwide, reminding us that we all share the responsibility to protect our environment.
Good day everyone, I am Janelle Fabricor and today I will be discussing the history of sustainable tourism during 1972 and 1980. During 1972, United Nations Conference on the Human Environment held in Stockholm, leading to the creation of the UN Environmental Program and National Environment Agencies. It was the first major international gathering to address global environmental issues as a shared human responsibility. This conference set the foundation for linking environmental protection with economic and social development in tourism and other sectors. During 1980, publication of The Challenge of Man's Future by Harrison Brown on Sustainable Development. The book explored the limits of Earth's resources and the need for long-term planning to balance growth with environmental preservation. Its ideas helped shape early discussions about how tourism could develop without depleting natural and cultural resources.
In 1987, the world took a big step toward redefining our future. The Brundtland Report, also known as Our Common Future, introduced a powerful idea: sustainable development meeting the needs of today without compromising the needs of the future generations. Just 5 years later, in 1992, leaders from around the globe gathered at the United Nations Conference on Environment and Development, better known as the Rio Earth Summit. Here they produced game-changing agreements like Agenda 21 and the Rio Declarations, frameworks that not only address environmental protection but also shape the principles of sustainable tourism we follow today. From 1987 to 1992, these milestones laid the foundation for a tourism industry that can thrive while protecting the planet for generations to come.
Mabuhay! I'm Julian J. Esparas and I'm here to talk about the history of sustainable tourism. In 1995, the United Nations World Tourism Organization or UNWTO published the Global Code of Ethics for Tourism, a set of guiding principles aimed at ensuring tourism contribute positively to economic development, cultural preservation, and environmental protection. It emphasized responsible travel, respect for host communities, protection of cultural heritage, and sustainability, laying the groundwork for ethical standard in global tourism policy. The next one is in 1997, world leaders gathered in Kyoto, Japan to adopt the Kyoto Protocol, a landmark international treaty under the United Nations Framework Convention on Climate Change. It was significant because it legally bound developed countries to reduce greenhouse gas emissions, setting clear targets and timelines. This moment linked climate action with formal global policy making, making environmental protection not just a moral obligation but a matter of international law.
Now let's talk about the UNWTO Sustainable Tourism Eliminating Poverty or STEP program. Launched in 2002, uses tourism to fight poverty through 7 key mechanisms, including employing locals, sourcing goods services locally, direct sales to visitors, local enterprises development, tourism taxes, voluntary giving, and tourism-driven infrastructure. Over the past decade, STEP has implemented 120 projects across Africa, Latin America, Asia, Europe, and the Middle East. Examples include a zipline project in LAOPDR, creating jobs alongside the coffee industry. Cultural tourism in Tanzania, doubling visitors from 35,000 to 70,000, and training Kenyan beach operators who now partner with hotels to sell products. In 2017, the UN declared the International Year of Sustainable Tourism for Development, aiming for tourism to significantly support the Sustainable Development Goals by 2030.
In 2012, during the Rio Plus 20 United Nations Conference on Sustainable Development, world leaders renewed their commitment to sustainability and education, highlighting tourism as vital sector for promoting inclusive economic growth and environmental stewardship.
In 2014, the United Nations Decade of Education for Sustainable Development was launched to integrate sustainable development principles into all education systems worldwide. Its purpose was to empower people with the knowledge, values, and skills needed to build a more sustainable future for the environment, economy, and society. This global effort aimed to promote behavior change and education that supports long-term environmental integrity and social equity.
The year 2030 is a target year for achieving the Sustainable Development Goals, which include specific objectives related to promoting sustainable tourism that support economic growth, environmental protection, and social inclusion. These efforts aim to ensure tourism contribute positively to global sustainability for fostering responsible consumption, preserving natural and cultural heritage, and enhancing community well-being.